What's up, guys? Keyshawn Uchiha here, back at you with another part 2 of Oten Universe. This will be part 2 of What If Naruto Was a Demon Cyborg. Now, due to y'all got seen up to 16 likes, which I just said 10 likes if y'all wanted to have another part, and I promised what I promised. This will be part 2 for today, and that will be it for the videos. But I have another announcement today. On Wednesday, I will be making my first ever own What If Oten Universe, but this will be like my story, you could say, of the Uchiha Unbreakable. Now I know what you're saying, Uchiha Unbreakable. What the hell are you even talking about? Now I'm just gonna get a spoiler about it. But the Uchiha Unbreakable is about to be about the Uchihas in their prime, but also about Madara not doing the mistake of what he did, and also the White Setsu doing something else. So it's gonna be much different, you could say. But I enough for me spoiling it. Let's get to the video. So where we was at, where we last left off, pretty much Naruto got in an pretty much got burnt to crisp by Sasuke on accident, while Sasuke was trying to help Naruto fight. Uh, the Three Tails Jinchuriki, which they pretty much lost that badly, and the Leaf Village pretty much got fucked. After that, the Uchiha Fugaku and the Uchiha got brought back to the Leaf Village for extra support and weapons. Not templar, not temporarily, but as you could say, as to stay there permanently to watch over the Leaf Village and to protect it. Some Uchiha went, some Uchiha didn't went, and stayed at the compound to plan their attack, which we all know what happened. Now, of course, this is where Naruto got healed up, but he got his body, you could say, upgraded, as his body is not human no more, as it's a cyborg human. He can still produce sperm and stuff, and make children and stuff, but he will be a cyborg, and he will have a suit where he can transform into the suit to become a cyborg demon. Now, also, pretty much Naruto, yeah, pretty much after that, Naruto pretty much did the missions, did some dangerous missions and stuff to test out his skills and get stronger, and also got his revenge in killing the Three Tails Jinchuriki and taking the Three Tails. Also, after that, Naruto pretty much got his life back to normal stuff, which Danzo pretty much saying he's free. He's free to do so, but remember, he is loyal to the Leaf Village and only to the Leaf Village, which Naruto accepted, and he does love the Leaf Village, and he wants to become Hokage. So he has no problem with that. After that, Naruto pretty much let's say, did the bell test. But before doing the bell test, this is where he has a secret partner, and it is Haku, which Haku will be his secret partner to still do, you could say, Ambu missions, which Naruto is still in the Ambu to do missions and stuff, and all of that. But after that, this is where Naruto, yeah, went to the bell test, fought Kakashi by himself, and pretty much won that fight without needing the help of Sasuke or Sakura. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get to the new parts. Now, pretty much after that, this is where Naruto is pretty much just doing missions, not caring, but just doing missions, doing missions with Sasuke and Sakura, and also Kakashi, where they're doing little missions, doing cats, doing deliveries and stuff. This is where Sasuke gets fed up, and pretty much depends a higher mission. Now Naruto, he's not gonna demand a higher mission and stuff like that, because he's not really patient to trying to get stronger and stuff, because he already knows he's powerful and strong. Like, how can I say, if you can compare like the strength between Naruto now and the, let's say, regular Naruto, Demon Cyborg Naruto will kill regular Naruto without being a cybernetic. He can just kill. Plus, with the lightning breathing style, yeah, Naruto will be dead, you could say. But let's continue. Pretty much. Okay, that's pretty lackey. All right, I'd switch it up. We're gonna say Itachi level, Akatsuki level, Itachi level, versus cyber demon Naruto. Itachi level, Akatsuki will die. If he has the Susanoo, he will die. But let's continue. Pretty much this is where Sasuke demands on a higher mission, which This is where Hiruzen luckily says no, but this is where Kakashi says that his team can help. Can do a higher mission. And this is where Hiruzen looks at Kakashi and says, "Are you sure your team can handle a higher mission?" Which Kakashi says, "Yeah." And plus, we got Naruto. He's strong enough that he can be the second backup. Which Hiruzen reluctantly agrees and gives him a sea mission. Now, of course, this is to protect the Tazuna Bridge, and this is where Tazuna looks, and he pretty much looks at Sakura, and Naruto. Now, I should probably tell you what Sasuke attire look, because Sasuke is 17, Naruto is 17, and also Sakura is 17. What the hell are they possibly going to look like? Now, Sakura, she's going to just, have, the Sakura outfit from the Shippuden arc. Sasuke, he will have his black attire. We're going to say he's going to have the black attire, Sasuke. The arc where he was fighting with Gar. For now. Because I don't want him to wear that other shit. But yeah, let's continue. Pretty much, this is where, they go to Taz. Well, Tazan pretty much comes in, and he looks at all three of them, and this is where he looks at Naruto and says, I know he will protect me, but I don't know about Chiaotzu. Which, this is where, Sasuke is getting pissed off, which Naruto says, he can help you. But her, I don't know about her, which Sakura says, hey! Which, this is where Tazan laughs and says, I like you. Which Naruto says, I get that a lot. Now, this is where they continue going and stuff. And this is where Naruto noticed a puddle. Now, like I said, since he's a cybernetic and he has enhanced features and stuff, he can sense traces and trails and semblance of stuff. So he can sense where's the Demon Brothers at. And this is where Naruto pretty much pulls out his blade and tells Sasuke to get his weapon ready too. Now, of course, this is where the Demon Brothers come out and starts to attack until Naruto pretty much kills one of them, stabbing one of them in the chest. And this is where Sasuke pretty much upperhand the other one. Now, as he upperhand the other one, this is where the Demon Brother pretty much explains what they're here for and what they're trying to do and what they want to do, which they're here to kill Tazuna. Now, of course, this is where Tazuna, lies and say he's sorry, but he doesn't have enough money and stuff, and he's sorry for scamming them, which Kakashi says, next time don't scam stuff, and he doesn't call for backup because he knows Naruto is, the shit, you could say, because he upperhand a Jonin level, Kakashi the 1000 copy ninja, you could say. Now, pretty much they continue and stuff until Naruto notices a frog and stuff, and knows this is not right. Now, as he noticed that something's not right, he begins to tell everybody to get ready and stuff. And this is where Naruto tells everybody to duck. Now, as the blade is swinging, this is where Naruto pretty much grabs the blade and stops the blade. Now, as he stops the blade, this is where Zabuza says, you actually stopped my blade. I'm amazed. Now, of course, this is where Naruto says, not bad blade. What is it? Which, this is where Zabuza pretty much says it's an executioner blade. And which, this is where Naruto says, I like it. But here, I don't need it. I have my own blade, which Zabuza pretty much Actually, no. We're going to say Naruto pretty much takes the blade and he absorbs it. Or we're going to say he assimilates it. Now, what do I mean as assimilates it? As he took Zabuza's blade as his own. And he pretty much throws it back to Zabuza. Now, this is where Zabuza says, what did you do with my blade? Where Naruto brings it back and he pretty much throws it to him and says, well, I have your blade now. Which he pretty much makes a copy of it. Now, this is where Kakashi, Zabuza, Tazuna, Sasuke, and Sakura is shocked that Naruto has a Zap replica of Zabuza's blade. Now I know what you're thinking. Is Naruto basically, can he use the same thing as if it breaks he can use blood to heal it? Yes, it will reform itself if it gets blood. So yeah, Naruto's busted right now. Now, pretty much this is where Naruto, well, throws Zabuza his original blade, and pretty much just pulls out the same blade and says, "Shall we have a blade battle and see whose blade is stronger?" Which Zabuza says, "Huh, if you say so." This is where Kakashi says, "No, he got this," and he's pretty much trying to show off he's the shit and stuff, and pretty much charge at Zabuza. Everything happens as in canon until he gets his dumbass trapped. And I'm sorry, Kakashi's not dumb, but that was pretty much done dumb right here. Now, this is where, of course, Naruto says, damn it, Kakashi. What happened with you saying you got this?" Which Kakashi's pretty much drowning. And Naruto says, "Alright, Sasuke, let's do this team up. Sakura, stay behind, stay beside Tazuna? No. Yeah, stay beside Tazuna and protect him, which she has her blade and getting ready. Now, this is where Naruto and Sasuke pretty much looks at each other and they nod. And pretty much this is where Sasuke does the hand seal. And he pretty much use a new jutsu. He does fire style, fire shuriken jutsu, which he pretty much throws a shuriken and shoots a small fireball at the shuriken to combine the shuriken and makes a fireball shuriken. Now the fireball shuriken, or you could say the fire shuriken, is pretty much flying at Zabuza, which Zabuza pretty much dodges until Sasuke snaps his finger and bursts it, make it to burst, and one of the blades hits Zabuza water clone, which Zabuza is shocked that that actually happened. Now, of course, this is where Naruto appears right behind Zabuza and pretty much not charge with his lightning, his first style breathing, and pretty much slash Zabuza, goes for a slash, which Zabuza barely just dodged, and pretty much gets dodges it, and pretty much his blade gets almost broken, which Zabuza has to back up and freeze, and has to free Kakashi. Now this is where Kakashi pretty much says that stand back, and he's about to get real serious now, and begins to, which Naruto says, "No, you already made your first mistake, and you already underestimated him. I got this." Which this is where Naruto pretty much we're gonna say pretty much shows his face. Actually, yeah, pretty much shows his face and reveals the two Tomoe Sharingan. Now, as he reveals the two Tomoe Sharingan, this is where, yeah, after Naruto reveals his his three Tomoe Sharingan, this is where Sasuke is shocked that Naruto has a Sharingan and he's a Uchiha, which he never heard of him before. Which Kakashi is shocked too that Naruto has a Sharingan. Now, this is where Naruto pretty much pulls out, we're gonna say, yeah, pulls digital summon, like I forgot his name. I think Kisame or something. But basically him. With his, the guy with the two chakra blades, where he, put chakra in the blades and can form them. Yeah, that's what he does. He pretty much simulates his blades, and he puts chakra in them, and his chakra blades are red. Now this is where, well, red and blue due to the blue tails. Now this is where Naruto charges at Zabuza and begins to start slashing and stuff. Now as he's slashing, he pretty much gets, whooping Zabuza's ass absolutely bad and stuff. This is where a water dragon appears out of nowhere, and Naruto pretty much slashes the water dragon and blocks Zabuza's attack at the same time, while Zabuza is trying to come in to attack. Now this is where Zabuza's sister comes in, and we're going to call her Killer. Nah, we're gonna call her Rose. Uh, Bloody Rose. Yeah, Bloody Rose. Might as well Bloody Rose. And she pretty much, this is where Zabuza says, "You should. Thanks for your help, sister." Which she pretty much appears with her long blade, but it's not as an executioner blade. It's a different blade, but it's like a long light blade for a reason. And she pretty much says, "Anytime, brother." Which this is where Zabuza says, "Huh, look like I'm gonna have to retreat for now. You're lucky." And he pretty much disappears with his sister. Which Naruto says, "Huh, I almost killed him there. If his sister hadn't showed up." Now, of course, this is where Kakashi doesn't lose chakra during it. So he begins to teach Sasuke and Naruto, not Naruto how to tree walk, but teaches Naruto well, we're gonna say they make it at the house, and pretty much Kakashi is about to teach Sasuke, Naruto, and Sakura how to tree walk. Now, of course, Naruto just shows Kakashi that he can tree walk and water walk, and pretty much says he's gonna go. Which this what motivates Sasuke to even more, try hard and to surpass Naruto, because since Naruto has his newfound strength, he wants to get that newfound strength too and get stronger. Now, this is where Sasuke mess up, and he gets it on the second try. Now, we're gonna say he gets it on the third try. Sakura, it takes her 4 times, just for the plot convenience. Now, this is where Naruto's pretty much hanging out the tree and stuff, pretty much chilling and relaxing. This is where Haku appears and tells Sasuke, no, tells Naruto that, yeah, tells Naruto that Danzo has a mission for him, which Naruto says, "What is the mission?" while he's chilling and we're gonna say eating an apple. And this is where Haku says that his new mission is to kill who is to kill is to kill Zab is to kill nah is to kill Kisame. Yeah, to kill Kisame, not Itachi, but to kill Kisame. Which Naruto says, "Who is Kisame?" Which she pretty much says Kisame is one of the legendary seven swordsmen, and he has a blade that takes chakra. Which Naruto says, "All right, when are we going to do the mission?" He says, "When the time comes," because this is where Danzo gets information from Orochimaru that the Akatsuki is going to come after Naruto soon. Which Naruto says, "All right," and pretty much continue the mission. Now, as that's happening, this is where we're gonna say everything happened in this canon, and this is where the bridge where the fight happens. Now, this fight is going to be a little bit different, as Sasuke is going to be fighting Zabuza's sister, Rose, and she has a Kinky Kekai. Now, her Kinky Kekai, now she has a Kinky Kekai. Her Kinky Kekai is basically blood release, or you could say like, yeah, blood release, or yeah, it's pretty much blood release. Now, what do blood release do? Basically, if she cuts an opponent, she basically has full control of them. Not as like blood bending, as she basically can, once she gets a good cup or like a good cut off them, she can use their blood against them, as she can take their blood and use the summon spikes against them, and she pretty much has them in the genjutsu, but with their own blood. So basically, she basically has them, yeah, under a genjutsu, but basically she has a full effect and can just absolutely fuck everybody over. She if she gets you and she cuts you, you're basically boned. You're basically boned because of the blood, because of her thing. Now, pretty much this is where Sasuke is fighting with her, and Sasuke's losing. Now, why is Sasuke losing? Because Sasuke only has one Tomoe Sharingan. Well, now he has two Tomoe Sharingan since he's fighting with her, but he's pretty much losing because she got to cut off him, and she's pretty much took half his blood in, pretty much summoning like weapons and stuff, like blood weapons and stuff, making spikes, and she pretty much do have him under a genjutsu stuff. And plus, since Kakashi got cut by Zabuza, and he's under caught with the genjutsu too, so they're pretty much having a hard time. This is where, of course, Naruto shows up pretty much slicing, we're gonna pretty much say it, slicing Zabuza blade in half, and pretty much saying, huh, this is, you got a problem? Which this is where Zabuza says, huh. So you finally show yourself. I'm gonna kill you this time. Which this is where Naruto says, if you say so. And he pretty much closes his mask, and his mask pretty much looks like this, but not with the horns. And he pretty much goes into concentration state, and he begins to say, prepare to die. And he pretty much takes we're gonna say the second breathing style, and he begins to slice Zabuza and Rose in pieces, pretty much ending the fight with quick ease. Which Sasuke and Kakashi and also Tazuna and Sakura is shocked that Naruto pretty much just ended them that quickly. Now, after that, this is where the henchman comes in and saying that he knew they would fail. Like like it's a shame that they failed, but he's going to finish this. This is where Naruto pretty much says, does a hand seal. It says Firestar Master. Um, we're gonna say since he has a Sharingan, and we're gonna say since Orochimaru puts a little Uchiha DNA or that Uchiha DNA in him, he can use the Master Fireball. Uh, yeah, the actually Majestic Fireball. He does the hand still. He says Firefall, Majestic Fireball, Destruction Jutsu, and he shoots a Master Fireball, pretty much killing all the men. And it will be named the Great Naruto Bridge because of that. Now, after that, this is where Naruto pretty much is done, and he's heading home. Now, as he head home, this is where Naruto pretty much is at home, and Haku pretty much is there saying, "Welcome home," which Naruto says, "Yeah, yeah." Now, this is where Haku pretty much talks to him and stuff, and we're gonna say since Naruto, is a little bit wants something like that, Naruto begins to make his moves on Haku. Now Haku is, not denying him or anything because, Danzo says something secretly. He says, "You will be his shield, you will be his sword, you will die for him. You will die for Naruto. You'll be there always for him, by his side. And if he wants to have you, you will give up your body for him," which Haku says, "Yes, Lord Danzo." Now, this is where, of course, Naruto is, making his move and saying that, he wants to have sex and stuff, which this is where Haku doesn't disagree and begins to, they begin to do it. Now, this is the 18X part. This will be 18, this is going to be 18 X plus because this will have extra detail. It's just an X. It's just going to be a big X. So this will be the extra detail, you could say. Now, this is where Naruto pretty much is kissing Haku and stuff, going down her neck and stuff. Pretty much, sucking on her neck, giving her a nice good hickey, and pretty much she's moaning and stuff. This is where Naruto begins just taking off her clothes and stuff, going down, doing his move, and he's pretty much fingering her, sucking her boob, making her feel good and stuff. And this is where he makes her come. Now, of course, this is where Naruto begins to get undressed, and he begins to start uh sticking his penis in Haku's vagina. Now, as he's penetrating that vagina, pretty much pounding it like there's no more mercy. This is where he done nut 5,000. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, that's great. Look like he got her pregnant. Yeah, he pretty much got her pregnant, you could say. But she won't be pregnant, like get the baby like a couple of days later. But she's gonna have that child, you could say, have that seed after Naruto just pound her. Now after that, this is where Naruto is pretty much laying with Haku, and we're gonna say the next day comes in. This is where Naruto gets dressed and stuff, and pretty much leaves Haku there sleeping, and pretty much heads out. Now as he's heading out, this is where he sees Ino and he says, "Oh, hey, Ino," which Ino pretty much blushes and looks away and says, "Hey, Naruto." Now, this is where Ino is pretty much, looking away, and she pretty much asks him a question, which she pretty much says she has feelings for him and asks him out on a date, which Naruto is pretty much shocked that a girl actually asks him out, and he says, "Yeah, sure, what the hell?" Which Ino is happy and Naruto says they can do it tomorrow when he has the time. Which, of course, Ino says, "All right." Now, this is where Naruto goes with his team, and this is where Kakashi informs them that the Chunin exams is coming up and asks them if they want to do it, and they can become a Jonin a little bit early. Which Naruto agrees because he wants to get to Hokage, so he takes whatever means necessary to become Hokage. And also, this is where Sasuke accepts because he wants to become Jonin too, and one step closer to kill his brother. And this is where Sakura accepts too, but we all know she's useless. Now, this is where Kakashi does the test, and they all pass, and they starts to go. Now this is where they reach to the second floor, and this is where everybody's there, and this is where Rock Lee pretty much challenges Sasuke into a fight. Now, of course, this is where he challenged Sasuke and Naruto to a fight because we're gonna say Rock Lee heard about Naruto and his completing the mission, completing the his C mission by himself. No, the B mission by himself without getting help. Which he pretty much says, "I challenge you and Sasuke to a fight." Which uh Sasuke pretty much says, "All right," and pretty much catch hands with uh pretty much catch hands with Sasuke, and Sasuke lost pretty much badly. Now this is where Rock Lee looks at Naruto and challenge Naruto, which Naruto says, "I'm not gonna fight you because if I fight you, you're pretty much gonna be done for." Which Rock Lee says, "Oh, I assist." Which this is where Naruto says, "All right, I'm giving you my full force," which he pretty much activates his three Tomoe Sharingan. This is where Rock Lee blitzes Naruto, which Naruto pretty much gets kicked in the face. But of course, as Naruto gets kicked in the face, he doesn't get sent flying or anything. He pretty much just turns his head when he gets kicked, and he says, "Is that all you got?" And pretty much grabs Rock Lee leg and pretty much slamming him everywhere, up, down, left, right, and pretty much throws him to the wall. Now, of course, Naruto's not done there. He blitzes and finishes and pretty much peers right in front of Rock Lee while he's still in the wall and kicks Rock Lee right in the stomach, pretty much kicking him right in the stomach real hard and making him cough up blood. Now, of course, this is where Naruto says we're done here. Until Rock Lee gets up and about to use the you could say the gates. Until Might Guy comes in and smacks the shit out of him and says, "No, don't do that. That's not the way." And pretty much says he's sorry, and they continue going. Now, for the cheating exam test, they passed that with ease. Now we're gonna go with the Forest of Death arc. Now, pretty much she explains the rules and stuff, and everybody starts going. Now, as everybody starts going, this is where Naruto pretty much creates a clone. We're gonna say two clones. One for Ino, because he's gonna make his move on her and trying to, get some of that pussy. But let's continue. Pretty much, yeah. And another clone to pretty much, get the scrolls. Now, his second clone pretty much, was talking to flirting with her and stuff. And, he makes his move and he makes out with while the team is waiting for her somewhere. And he pretty much disperses and, pretty much blushes and pretty much, is a little bit wet because you could say Naruto was doing that finger ninjutsu on her. But yeah. And Naruto pretty much gets the memories and says, "Oh yeah, I got that." And pretty much gets the scrolls from his other clone and pretty much takes them and gives it to Sasuke. And they continue going. This is where, of course, Naruto has to take a leak because we're gonna say, he can do that because might as well he wants to have a break because he's tired of doing all that runs, and he begins to take a leak. Now, as he's taking a leak, this is where Orochimaru's snake comes in, and Naruto pretty much is getting pushed by the snake. Now, this is where the snake lifts Naruto up, and Naruto pretty much does the second technique of the breathing style, and he pretty much does how we're gonna say in the Demon Slayer, pretty much goes to different ways, like lightning fast in different ways, and pretty much goes straight down to the snake, which the snake pretty much gets sliced in half. Now, this is where Naruto feels that something wrong, and he starts going. Now, this is where Sasuke is fighting with Orochimaru, and pretty much this is where Naruto kicks Orochimaru in the face and sends him flying. And I know what you're saying. Kicking Orochimaru? Ain't Orochimaru gave him that body and stuff? Yes. And Orochimaru has no way to defeat Naruto now, and he doesn't have no way to deactivate the suit or destruct or to destroy the suit while Naruto using it. So yeah, Orochimaru is pretty much fucked, and Naruto doesn't know Orochimaru because, like I said, Naruto was knocked out and he was pretty much in a comatose state because his body was trying to heal. Now, of course, this is where Orochimaru sees that it's Naruto and says, "Ah, Naruto, Uzumaki," which Naruto says, "How dare you attack my comrades?" Which he pretty much pulls out his blade, which Orochimaru says, "Oh, attack your comrades, but I gave you that body. I made you this way. I made you a powerful weapon," which Naruto says, "You did this to me? Well, I'm going to kill you with this. I'm going to kill you with this. Well, not kill you with this. He pretty much says, I'm going to kick your ass with this suit." which Orochimaru says, go ahead, I dare you. Which Orochimaru thinks that the exosuit is just an exosuit, and well, not an exosuit. The cyborg suit is just he created it so he knows every weak point and stuff. But since Naruto equipped it and stuff, Naruto found out the weaknesses and stuff, and he immediately patched them up. So Orochimaru has nothing against Naruto whatsoever, and he's screwed. This is where Orochimaru, of course, does the the blood loss thing or the fear thing. This is where Sasuke and Sakura gets affected, but except for Naruto. This is where Naruto immediately tries to end it and cuts Orochimaru heads off. Cuts Orochimaru head off. Now, as Orochimaru head start rolling, this is where Naruto says, "Huh, enough of you," and begins to walk back. Now, as he's walking back, this is where Orochimaru kicks his head. We're gonna say kicks his head, and pretty much bites Sasuke head, bites Sasuke's neck with the head, and pretty much makes his body fall down. We're gonna say he makes his body fall down. He can't die in this. All right, he's not gonna die at this part, but he just we're gonna say for plot. Now, pretty much after that, Sasuke pretty much falls down to the ground and passes out. Which Naruto says, "Shit, I didn't know he can move his body like that." Which this is where he pretty much grabs Sakura because she's still paralyzed and grabs Sasuke from being knocked out. He grabs him and also tells Sakura to calm on, which Sakura is still still caught by it until Naruto pretty much we're gonna say kiss Sakura on the lips, pretty much just to wake her back. Which Sakura blushes and says, "Naruto, why you kiss me?" Which Naruto says, "No time for that. You can punch me later, but right now we need to get out of here." Which Naruto gets out of there. Pretty much gets out of there. Now, as they're pretty much going to camp, we're gonna say going to camp to check up on Sasuke. This is where Naruto checks and says, "Huh, what is this? A curse mark? Is this a seal or something?" Which he's pretty much trying to understand what is it, but he pretty much this we're gonna say disarrest. Now, this is where the sound comes in and trying to capture Sasuke. But this is where Naruto immediately beat their asses and end their shit. Pretty much killing two of them and leaving the girl alive so she can run away and report back to Orochimaru what happened. Now, of course, this is where Naruto takes what happened? Yeah, this is where Naruto takes pretty much Sasuke wakes back up. Okay, we're gonna say for plot, this is where Sasuke as Naruto fighting with the three sound and Sakura, she's useless, so she can't do anything. This is where Sasuke wakes back up, and she hears Sakura cry, screaming because she's getting her ass beat by the girl. We're gonna say she fights the girl, and she's getting her ass beat by the girl, and Naruto is only has to fight with the two guys. This is where Sasuke gets up and says, "Who made Sakura? Made my partner scream Sakura," which he pretty much blitzes and pretty much grabs the boy with the air tube things and snaps his neck. Pretty much snapping his neck, killing him. Which Naruto is, not flinched by this, but saying, "All right, my turn," and pretty much stabs the masked one in the chest with his big sword. We're gonna say the executioner blade. It says, "You're dead," and pretty much slice upward, pretty much killing him. Now, this is where, of course, the girl is scared, and she's pretty much backing up saying, "Don't hurt her," which Sasuke is not having it. He pretty much, we're going to say brutally kicked the shit out of her in the face, pretty much knocking her shit in, and pretty much knocking her out. Which Naruto says, "That's a little bit overkill, don't you think?" Which Sasuke says, "Shut up, let's go." Which Naruto says, "Oh, calm down." And they pretty much start going. Now, as they're going, they pretty much make it that second because we're going to say due to that. And we're going to start the next part because might as well. Now, everything happens as the same. Naruto, he really doesn't care about. He does care about the Hinata thing, so that's why he stopped. That's why we're going to say he punched Neji Hyuga in the stomach while he was trying to kill Hinata. It says, "What the hell is wrong with you? Why are you trying to kill her?" Which he's pretty much, Neji says, "That useless defect, Hyuga? He alright." And pretty much walks away. Which Naruto says, "Oh, I'm gonna beat his ass because that's a friend. That's a friend of mine." Because we're gonna say Hinata and Naruto is good friends. Now, Of course, this is where Naruto, uh, getting ready, because Haku, uh, we're gonna say Haku and Naruto is about to do the mission, but this is where Naruto gets called in by Danzo. Now, this is where Danzo begins to say, which Naruto takes a knee and Haku takes a knee too, and they say, "Yes, Lord Danzo." Which this is where Danzo is right beside Shisui, because we're gonna say Danzo don't want Shisui eyes, because since Fugaku, and all the Uchihas are still in the is now in the Leaf Village, and the Uchiha who was rogue got killed. He more like wants to manipulate the Uchihas under his hand. So, but he's doing it secretly, being a good guy. But the Uchiha, they're cool with him. And Danzo, he doesn't like take Uchiha's eyes or anything. He doesn't do none of that. His true motive is really to take over the throne of Hokage and become the next Hokage. So he's waiting for his moment. That's why he's waiting for Orochimaru to come in and kill Hiruzen, why he can become the next Hokage, which we all know that ain't gonna happen. We're gonna say for this Ultimate Universe. Now this is where he talks. Well, let's switch back to the story. Well, this is where he talks to Naruto and Haku. Says, "Yeah, I know what y'all mission. I have had, I have sent, I have Jiraiya Sensei for you to be with. He will be training you for these 2 weeks, and also he will have you send you to a place where y'all can start your training. That's when Kisame and Itachi will be coming to attack you." Which Naruto says, "Yes, Lord Danzo." It pretty much begins to start going. Now, of course, the 2 weeks is in. I mean, yeah, the 2 weeks is in. I think it wasn't 2 months, but was it 2 months? Nah, 2 weeks. And Sasuke does the same training with the curse mark, trying to hold off the curse mark, and does the training with Kakashi. Uh, and we're gonna say Naruto creates a clone because, like I said, he wants to learn new jutsus, and he reads a book of new jutsus, and he starts going with Haku. Now, while his clone trains with yeah, Sasuke and Itachi. And I know what you're saying, but ain't that would be like a lot of chakra training? The story is not making sense. You remember when I said Orochimaru gave him that engine, and he's built as a cyborg, and he has infinite chakra uses? Yeah, that engine is his infinite chakra use, so he can use like up to a trillion clones and fill up the whole earth. He could do that. He can use 1 trillion clones and use the Sage of Sitsat orbs or True Seeking orbs, and they can just wipe out the earth if they want to. That's how powerful Naruto is right now as his current moment. But let's continue. Pretty much Naruto, uh, goes with Haku. Well, pretty much walks with Haku, which this is where. Oh yeah, he also creates another clone to go out with Ino. So yeah, he's not leaving Ino hanging. He's going out on a date with her. So yeah, he has 3 clones pretty much at this moment. This is where Naruto goes and looks for Jiraiya, and pretty much this is where he sees Jiraiya, which he says, Jiraiya, one of the legendary 3 songs, are you Jiraiya? Which Jiraiya says, Naruto, so you must be Naruto. Which Naruto says, it's nice to meet you, one of the 3 legendary Sony. Which Jiraiya says, so you heard about me. Which, he's rubbing his chin and stuff, and, liking the praise and all that. It pretty much says, well, are you ready to get trained? Which Naruto says, yeah. And I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute. Ain't Naruto asked Jiraiya to get trained, and Jiraiya said no and stuff, and Naruto had to do something to be pervy, to make Pervy Sage train him? No. Because we're going to say Danzo. We're going to say since Naruto was in a coma, Jiraiya knows that Naruto is not strong enough, and he almost get to not see his, you could say, his godson. So he wants to train Naruto to get strong enough so nothing won't ever happen like that again, and he can be gone like that. But anyways, let's continue. Pretty much, this is where Jiraiya says, "You ready for your training?" And Naruto says, "Yeah." Now this is where their training and stuff, they begins to start moving and training at the thing. This is where Jiraiya teaches Naruto Rasengan, and he pretty much gets that down with ease. Now, after that, this is where um I gotta say, yeah, this is where Haku is just there, just looking, and Jiraiya pretty much says, "Let me see if you can do the Rasengan." And this is where Haku pretty much says, "Oh, okay." And pretty much she trying to form the Rasengan, and she gets half of it, but it's a little bit hard because she has wind chakra, but it's a little bit hard for her. But she gets it down in the fourth try, which Naruto is impressed that Haku can do it. Now this is where Naruto thinks. It says, "Haku, how about you try to use your ice symbol needles and fuse the wind together with them?" Which this is where Haku never thought about it, and Jiraiya is saying Haku has ice needles, which this is where Naruto says, "Oh, you'll see." Which she pretty much forms ice needles right in her hand, and this is where she infuses it with chakra, pretty much with the Rasengan technique, and pretty much start uh, fusing it together, and with a little bit of the ice and its symbol needles inside the Rasengan, and she begins to charge at the tree, and this is where she pretty much throws the Rasengan. She begins to throw the Rasengan forward. And pretty much as it hits the tree, this is where symbol needles begins to spread out everywhere, which Naruto pretty much blocks them and protects Jiraiya, saying, "Huh, so that will do. So that what the combo do." Which Haku is impressed, and pretty much they formed a new technique with the ice, with the ice Kenkai, and it's called the Rasengan Ice Needle or the Rasengan Spike, which the Rasengan Spike is basically ice needles inside the Rasengan, and if someone get hit by it, or if the ball doesn't hit no one and it disperses, the ice needles will fire out and hit the opponent from behind, getting them like a sneak attack. Now after that, pretty much Naruto is saying, "Huh, look like that's your technique." Which Haku, blushes and says, "It's all thanks to you." Which Naruto says, "Nah, I just thought about it, but you really performed it." Which Jiraiya is, smiling and saying, "You're not bad, Naruto, for being a ladies' man." Which Naruto pretty much says, "Shut up." Which Jiraiya smiles. Now, of course, this is where they take their break, but I know what y'all thinking. I haven't really talked about the Gebabuta stuff. Naruto passes that with ease and stuff. He does that with ease. And Jiraiya will teach him the Sage training in the 2-year time skip because I want it to happen like that. But let's continue. Pretty much Naruto is hanging at the hotel with Haku, and this is where he pretty much gets a knock on the door, which Naruto can sense the chakra because we're gonna say due to the android henchman. He pretty much knows that is Kisame and Itachi because they both have the whole sections of kill. Except for Itachi, he doesn't have the whole sense of kill. He only shows that sense of kill because you know, or that chakra kill or blood intent because he has to pretend because he works because he's secretly is still part of the Leaf Village, but he's right now pretending he's right now undercover. You could say he's undercover. Now, of course, this is where I can say. Of course, this is where Naruto. Not that. Yeah, Naruto. Naruto is fuck. What should I say? Yeah, Naruto is pretty much ready and tells Haku to get ready. Now, this is where Haku pretty much disappears and get ready. And this is where Kisame says, "Ah, so is this the Chinchuriki? The Nine-Tailed Chinchuriki?" Which Naruto says, "Huh, aren't you Kisame? Kisame from the Hidden Mist mission, one of the legendary swordsmen?" Which Kisame says, "Yeah." This is where Naruto pretty much says, "I like your blade. Can I touch it?" Which Kisame says, "Go ahead, but it might bite back." Which this is where Naruto grabs the blade, and this is where Kisame blade starts liking Naruto's chakra and accepts him. Which Kisame says, "What, you traitor?" Which Naruto pretty much makes it disappears and reassimilate and says, I don't want your blade. Here you go." Which Kisame says, "Oh, you giving my blade black? Thanks." Which Naruto says, "Yeah, because I'm gonna kill you with my own monster blade." Which this is where Naruto summons the same blade as Kisame, and it's the same, and it will have the same unique purposes of taking people chocolate. And pretty much Naruto slashes down on Kisame immediately. Pretty much pretty much killing Kisame right on the spot. Now I know what you're thinking. Kisame, and he will be able to dodge that or back up. No, Naruto is going to be quick with this because he wants to get the mission over with. And he pretty much kills Kisame in front of Itachi's eyes. Now, of course, this is where Itachi is wide-eyed and pretty much Naruto, looks at Naruto with quite fear, you could say, with that quite fear intention and afraid as fuck. And this is where Naruto says to how can I say, says to Itachi. I mean, yeah, this is where Naruto says to Itachi. Itachi, I know you're undercover. Danzo already told me what you're an undercover rogue leaf ninja, and you only did that stuff. You had to kill half of those Uchihas because they was about to commit a Hutaka. So I don't blame you. But tell me what is the Akatsuki plan? Which, of course, Itachi is, calm down because Naruto is not here to kill Itachi at all. And no, not yet. Danzo's not gonna get rid of Itachi like a dog and stuff. Itachi is worth stuff. And plus, he's still a part of the Leaf. He's still loyal to the Leaf whatsoever. But let's continue. Pretty much Itachi explains that about the Akatsuki members and what they're planning they're planning this stuff, and they're right now trying to capture the no, I think they already captured the Two Tails. Yeah, they captured. No. Yeah, pretty much Itachi tells Naruto. We're gonna say they didn't capture any tail beast yet, but this is where Itachi explains what's their plan and what their motto, and they're trying to capture you could say all the Chinchurikis, which Naruto says for what for, which which Itachi says he doesn't know. They haven't really set their motive yet, which Naruto says, all right, you can run off and say that Kisame got sliced down, not by me, but by Jiraiya, which Itachi nods down and pretty much disappears. Pretty much, saying some lying shit so he can still be in the Koski. This is where Naruto says, well, that's mission complete. It pretty much takes Kisame body and starts dragging it. Well, we're gonna say pretty much wraps up Kisame body and it pretty much takes it. This is where Jiraiya asks what happened and why is there, a blood splatter on the ground, which Naruto says that there's two people attacked him and he pretty much killed one of them. Or we're gonna say pretty much injured one of them. Actually, no. He doesn't wrap up the body. I should have said he assimilates the body. Now he has Kisame DNA. So I know what y'all saying. Is Naruto's skin gonna be blue? No, but he will have the ability to breathe underwater and to turn into a shark form. Which I think he can fuse that together. Which I'm gonna use that later on for a reason. So y'all gonna like it. But let's continue. Pretty much Naruto assimilate Kisame body and pretty much takes his whole DNA and everything about him. So Naruto will be the zero-tailed beast, you could say. And pretty much Naruto just brings back Kisame headband and says that he got attacked, but he took down one of them. Which Haku agrees and says that they was pretty much tough. Which Jiraiya says, alright, and pretty much end it. Sorry about that. My name was asking me a question, but let's continue. Pretty much explaining what happened in Naruto, Jiraiya, and Haku pretty much head back. Now, as they're heading back, this is where Naruto says he'll be back. He'll be going out, and he pretty much thanks Jiraiya for his training and asks him, are they going to be training later on? Which Jiraiya says, yeah. And Naruto starts to go with Haku. Now, this is where Naruto heads back to Danzo and pretty much report back that the mission was a success. And here goes Kisame headband. And pretty much Danzo says, good job, Naruto. You did good. What did Itachi say? Which Naruto explains what Itachi said, and there's a secret group organization of rogue ninjas named the Akatsuki, and they're trying to get all tail beasts, which Danzo says, I see. But don't bother. they won't have any of the tail beasts. I would make sure to alert the other villages to get on to get their favor so they can be prepared. Which Naruto says, "Yes, Lord Danzo," and pretty much, get out of there. This is where Shisui looks at Danzo and says, "Danzo, what are you planning?" Which Danzo looks at Sushi and says, "I'm planning, I'm planning to change this list field to have it for the better, and make sure for the tail beast to not get caught, so we don't have to face the terrible future." Which Shisui is saying, "Huh." But Sushi knows that Danzo is hiding something, but he let it go for now, and they continue going. Now, after that, pretty much, Naruto dispersed his clones. Well, not with Kakashi. After Naruto is done with training with Kakashi, and they're pretty much done with the trainings and stuff. This is where Naruto dispersed both his clones, and Ino and Naruto date is already done, so he already dispersed that one. But yeah, the other clone dispersed, and they pretty much head to the second part of the Chunin exams. Now, this is part 2 of What If Naruto Was a Cyborg Demon. If y'all like, leave a like, comment, and stuff. What part y'all want me, what stuff y'all want me to add in the next part. But this will be 30 likes, because I gotta see if y'all guys are loyalty to me. So, if we can get this up to 30 likes, then I'll make a next part, and we can get this done. But I'm Keyshawn Chia. Thanks for watching, and peace out. And also don't forget, the Uchiha Unbreakable. That will be tomorrow, because that will be an episode 1, and y'all will get a taste about the Uchiha being in their prime and stuff. But other than that, let's go.
It looks like you lost another one.